Hey gamers, welcome to today's discussion video, I guess. It's what I label these videos, and I am once again, though, for the last time, I promise you, talking about my basically dating life, especially when it involves this girl, Maya, which I made a few videos talking about, revolving around her to some extent at least. And I just want to do a video where I kind of just finish off my thoughts on her, on the situation with her, and also about the future of these types of topics on the channel. So yeah, let's just get right into it. And with the other types of these similar videos, not gonna be that much editing, no background footage, background music, yes. So yeah, anyway, I got an update today from her, from Maya. I messaged her yesterday, guys, because I was feeling really just disappointed and sad at my situation in terms of the dating apps. In case you don't know, I'm on multiple dating apps. I used to only be on Hinge, and also kind of Facebook dating. And then I got like a bunch of them, Hilly, Bumble, Tinder, a bunch of them. And I'm on them, and I actually have gotten a decent bit of matches on those platforms. Which I find really cool, but what I don't find really cool is just the fact that with those matches that don't come with conversations. In fact, I send messages to those people and they usually don't respond, or if they do, they are dry as hell. Like, they take forever to respond, and when they do, it's like one word answers or like a few words, and it's just so annoying. And yeah, I just not been having a good time. And there was this one girl that I did get kind of far with, but I don't even know what's going on with her anymore. I got her number, and her name also starts with an M, funny enough. I'm not going to reveal her name because, well, I'll talk about that in the later portion of this video. But yeah, there was a girl that I was talking to for a little bit. I met her via Match, and yeah, I got her number. And it's just been it was kind of like on and off. We were talking for a bit. She was busy with, she works at a hospital type thing. But then for the past 3 days, she hasn't responded or messaged me. I sent her a message yesterday and she read it, but she hasn't gotten back to me. So I don't know if anything is still going on with her. We were talking about maybe doing some sort of date thing on Wednesday, because that's when she's free, along with Thursday, I believe. But yeah, I don't even know if that's happening. So because of that, I was like, you know what, let me message Maya, which probably was a bad thing, because now I know she responded to me, and we talked for a little bit, and she told me she has a boyfriend now. And it kind of hurts because I asked her some questions like, how long have you been together? When did you guys first meet? And she said that they got together a week ago and they met a couple weeks ago. And they have met in person. In fact, today and yesterday, they hung out. And right now, she's not in a poly relationship, which was a thing she was thinking about. She says she's still kind of thinking about it, but right now, they're not poly. And it kind of hurts. Not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna try, and I'm probably not gonna cry at least that much as the other videos, but as you can probably tell, I am getting a little bit emotional. And that's because it just kind of bugs me that that's a similar time frame to me and her that we had, apparently they talk relatively often. I think the major difference was just the fact that they met up. And that sucks because me and her live close by, yet because of the situation with her family and my family being annoying, we couldn't meet in person. And oh my God, so I don't know. I just feel bad because I feel like that guy is living the life I should have had with her. I should have been her boyfriend. And that's probably a bad way to view it. especially because there was a lot of problems with us, and I keep flip-flopping in my mind on, I know we both clearly did wrong in what we had, but I can't help but feel like a flip-flop between, oh, she did more wrong or I did more wrong. Right now I'm feeling like she did the most wrong, but before I thought maybe I did the most wrong. We both did wrong, but I still can't help but feel a little bit mad, like, at her and the situation, because she was like, oh, I maybe want to be poly. Oh, we're going too fast. I'm like too obsessed with her. And from what I know from this guy, they're basically a similar thing to us. The only difference, again, really, at least from what I know, there might be other differences. But, like, maybe they don't talk that often, but still talk decently enough. But the thing that was the major difference is the meeting up in person, which I did hear from her. Like, she is a very basically hypersexual person. So yeah, like, and also she did tell me before she would prefer, this was what we were kind of mad at each other. We got mad. I got into fights a couple of times, but she did tell me, like, she would prefer being in a relationship with someone that already was in a relationship, which is kind of dumb because it's basically the same thing as, like, job interviews. Like, oh, do you have previous work experience? No, this is my first job. Okay, well, you can't do it then. And of course there's ways around it, and there probably was a way around this too, because technically, in a way, I've kind of had relationships before. Like, there was one time in 5th grade where we were technically a boyfriend and girlfriend, but I did nothing with that information. I believe I told the story in another video, where I got kids to help me ask out a girl to be my girlfriend, and we kind of did, but nothing happened. Like, we didn't go on dates. I didn't even talk to her after that, really. So yeah, that kind of didn't count, but it still kind of counts. And then, with Clarissa, who I mentioned before, with a Jehovah's Witness, we were kind of a couple without being a couple because, again, she couldn't date me, whatever. And even now with Maya, we were kind of a thing too. But, I could have said, oh, yeah, I technically been in relationships, but I feel like that's just dishonest. Just like a similar thing with jobs, where there's, like, ways you could go around it, about it, like, oh, well, I help out my mom around the house. I did some, like, cutting the grass at a neighbor's place. I kind of feel like that's, like, dishonest. Yeah, it hurts. It does hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I don't know, everything hurts with Maya and with the whole situation with these dating apps. It's just so annoying to see. I'm putting myself out there and I get matches, but they don't respond. Or if they do, they're very dry or they take forever to, and it also sucks about her having a boyfriend now. And I don't know. I don't like it. And I guess I'll also talk about this in this video, now instead of later on. But I was just gonna mention how I don't. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if I should be talking to you guys about this anymore because I think I mentioned this before in other videos, but I love sharing my life with you guys. I really do. I am pretty open for the most part. There's some things I keep to myself, but overall, mostly I'm an open book to you guys. And, I was open with this thing with Maya, but I think maybe partly that was part of why the thing ended with her, because, well, I don't know, it was kind of becoming serious and overwhelming. And also there was one time where I think one of you guys, like, stalked her or something. Like, you found her on a dating app, and I don't know if it was one of you guys. It kind of seemed like it was, but I'm not sure. It was a weird situation I don't want to talk much about. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if I should be talking much about this stuff anymore, because I do love sharing, things with you guys, but maybe it's hurting me, because I'm not being completely transparent with either you guys or with the person I'm seeing, let's say if there's someone else in the future. Um, I'm not being completely honest. And, well, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's bad to do that, to, share my life like that. And I've tried to keep it, like, somewhat private down low when I was talking with her. But it kind of wasn't that good. So maybe I should be more locked down and especially not make these types of videos. But this is the thing where I'm like, I don't know, because I like to do these videos to, like, basically do free therapy. I I like to show off my emotions and talk about them because I feel at least somewhat better when I do that. When I just hold it in, my emotions, it sucks. It really sucks. And oh my god, so I don't know. But I honestly do think that this might be the last major update when it comes to, like, my love life or whatever. That's probably what I'll title this video. Probably the last major update. Not to say that I won't talk about it on streams, like, oh, I'm talking with someone, or I matched with someone and things are going good. Not to say I won't touch on it a little bit or even in other videos, but I think for the best of my and also the future person, it will be better for me to not talk about it on the channel, and, like, especially this way where this video is basically all about Maya, to some extent at least. And I don't think that's right, so, yeah, I don't even know. This is kind of a mismatched video of that. And also this feeling like, yeah, it just sucks, Now, right now, I technically don't... I messaged Maya about how, kind of weird because that's like a similar time frame that, we were talking, but you went into a relationship with this guy, but you didn't want to do it with me. What's that about? She hasn't responded yet. But I'm sure, not gonna matter the response much. I think after, if she does respond, we'll talk, and I will honestly probably... I've muted her, but I think I'm gonna block her. I just kind of been hesitant to, like, fully get rid of her, and technically blocking, I can unblock her in the future. But I've been kind of hesitant on fully removing her, from my life, Maya, because I'm like, oh, what if, things work out in the future, But usually, at least in my case, if it doesn't work out now, it won't work out in the future. I've dealt with this before with Clarissa. Years passed by, and it still didn't work out. I interacted with her, like, a couple months ago, close to, like, a year now, I think. Time goes by so fast, but I last spoke to her at the beginning of 9th grade, and then I got to my ideas of, like, oh, what if we connect again, after this, we become friends, and then we go out, and then, I was, like, planning the whole thing when we were just talking, and she was the one who messaged me first wanting to catch up. Basically my point is that I get ahead of myself, and I should just take it slow, and if it works out, great, but it's probably not going to, so I should just play it cool, and it's hard, man. I don't know. I guess I could also talk about this. This is a weird video. Again, this is a kind of a discussion video. I label these types of videos as discussion videos, but should they really count as discussion videos? I don't know. But there was another topic I wanted to bring up where I'm like, because of my failings again and again with these dating apps and my mental health, where I'm like, I just feel down, I just feel down in terms of being lonely, of course. So, I was just thinking maybe I should go back to, something like a stream schedule, doing, like, streams consistently to get my mind off of this trash in my head, because streaming is fun, and I do like it, and it does help me take my mind off of everything going on, but at the same time, I'm kind of avoiding the problem. And also, I'm sure, because of my past with streaming schedules, I'll probably dump it in like 2 weeks or something. And even if I don't, eventually I will. I keep thinking I won't, but I will probably find someone. And if I'm streaming constantly, that will interrupt the time where things could happen, like where I'm talking, video chatting, or talking on, text, or having a date, So it's just a thing where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do it, but I just, I just feel so down on myself, down on everything going on, where I'm like, maybe I should do it just to, you know, get my mind off things. But at the same time, again, I'm avoiding the problem. Oh my god, it's so hard. I don't even know if this is making any sense to you guys. Is it? I don't know. I don't think it's making that much sense to me. Yeah. Overall, I just feel sad. I feel down. I'm not like crying. Oh, I'm getting a little bit teary eyed, but I'm not like, crying a lot. I'm kind of angry. A bit, sad, of course. A bit confused. But like I'm these things for multiple reasons. Sad because of the update with Maya having a boyfriend now. Like, what the heck? Also sad about getting these matches and not getting responses. That's another thing that leads to the confusing part, because like, why match when you're not gonna respond at all? It's just, oh my god. And it sucks really hard, by the way, because with Maya, again, I mentioned this before, but I felt happy. I felt, for the first time in a while, I felt really happy, Not to say I was never happy before, especially with YouTube. I've been happy, but that's the first time I felt like really happy in a while, And it just felt so nice, and I was considering, maybe stepping back on terms of the YouTube channel. I would always still do it because it's still fun and I love doing it. But I was thinking, when I was talking with her and we were kind of a thing, I was like, maybe I should step back on YouTube, maybe go back to which I tested out before. But I changed it back to my normal upload schedule, which is YouTube short at 10 a.m. Mountain Time and a video at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. But I was thinking maybe I should do like where I tested it before, where I do a short one day at 12 p.m. Mountain Time, and then the next day a video, stuff like that. I was thinking of that because I'm like, I'm really happy with her, and I want to focus my attention on her, and then it didn't work out. So yeah, and again, I feel like some of you guys were like, oh, you're neglecting the channel. I've told you guys some of this on live streams, you're like, oh, she's a bad influence because of, you're neglecting the channel because of her, or blah, blah, blah. And again, I get their viewpoints, and to some extent, they're probably right, but at the same time, I can't help but feel like, I think it was, I don't want to, how do I want to say this? I think it was kind of worth it to neglect the channel a little bit. Not like all the way, like stop it completely or whatever, because I would never do that in general. But I thought it was right, and I felt it was right to do that for her, because things were getting kind of serious. At least that's what I thought. And yeah, I'm happy with gaming, with the YouTube. It's fun. I'm happy, but I felt happier with her and having a connection with her. And it's just been kind of sad to see it go, and especially now with a boyfriend, like, oh god, I don't know. But I'm just talking out loud here, I just felt really happy, and I felt it was worth it for her. Again, never to stop this completely, but to step back a bit. But I guess I was wrong, and if I should probably This is kind of ties back into the thing about not talking about it out loud with you guys, because there will be some people that judge, like those people on the live streams, whether it be me or they judge the person even though they don't know her. It's just like a whole thing where maybe I should just keep it to myself, because there's a whole can of worms that can be brought up there. And if I do step back on the channel, and I kind of already was stepping back on, in terms of the channel when I was talking with her, I don't think many of you guys noticed it until I brought it up, because I was uploading like a lot of game clip videos, especially. I sometimes upload a lot of game clips just because I'm lazy. So I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it was, it was noticeable to me, but probably for you guys no until I mention it. So yeah, maybe I should just keep it on the down low, any future stuff, which who knows if it will really happen. I think it will, but I can't help but feel like, yeah, maybe it's not meant to be for me. Maybe I'm meant to, and I talked about this like in another video, maybe I'm meant to be alone. Maybe I'm not meant to find someone. I don't know, man. It's just really hard to talk and meet someone. And I've seen some suggestions from everyone. You guys, from YouTubers I watched, like the Josh Speaks, about how meeting a person is crucial. And I agree with it. But the problem is I have like a lot of problems of autism, social anxiety. I just have so many things, depression. Like, I just have so many problems, and it's just hard to talk to people in person. Even people I've known for a while, like my grandma, I cannot talk with her, like, really at all. Also, my hair cut person, what's it called? Not stylist. Like, where I cut my hair, the lady there is really nice, but I don't really talk to her, and like, I know some people a long time, like family or whatever, and I just can't talk with them. And so it's like 10 times harder for a complete stranger to do it with. I tried at like Walmart, for example, to like kind of approach people, and it didn't work. I noticed some people like kind of staring at me, thinking like, I think they thought I was like attractive. I see like 2 girls or something, or 3 girls do it, and I didn't do anything with that information. And there were other girls that I was like, oh, they look kind of cute, but I didn't approach them, because it's just so, oh my god. And I don't know, it's just really hard. And you could say, oh, Walmart is not the place to meet people. Okay, but I still can't go out to like bars, one, because I can't drink yet, but also I probably wouldn't. But anyway, even if I was, say 21, I'm 20. Let's say I do that, or I don't have a car, like, this is a whole thing. I don't have money. So that's like a thing in the back of my mind, like, oh my god, they wouldn't like that. But even, ignoring that, the confidence thing is like, oh my god, it's just making sense. Basically, it's just like really hard for me to approach people, and that's why I'm like on these dating apps, but it's not working out. So I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because it sucks. Everything about this situation sucks. With me, with the Maya update, with the dating apps, it just sucks all around. And yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna start wrapping up this video now. Basically, the takeaways are, I hate my life, the dating apps suck, my situation sucks, and I'm probably not going to be talking about it too much on the channel going forward, at least in like these types of videos. So yay, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what else to say besides, yeah, I'm really sad, and you've been noticing me like kind of like I am a bit emotional, but I haven't been crying like the last 2 videos of this topic, I believe, so that's good, but I still can't help but feel like down, I feel like I'm repeating the same stuff again and again in this video, which I apologize. But it's just how I feel, I want to say how I feel. Miami has so much appeal. It's from Golden Girls, that song. Anyway, yeah, but I really did want to say how I feel. And it is good to get it out there, which is why I'm kind of debating, should I stop sharing this stuff with you guys? But I think I should, for the betterment of the future, in terms of if I find someone, for privacy's sake. Even though it will be hard, because I like sharing stuff with you guys, and I don't have no one else to talk to, really. I have my mom, my brother, but I can't really talk to them about this, especially like my brother, who is in his own world, doing his own thing. Yeah, and I don't have therapy. I kind of went for like 2-3 months with a therapist, but my mom couldn't keep paying. I don't know. It's rough. It sucks. I guess all I can hope for in the future is I find someone. It's gonna take time. But until then, maybe I should just go back full on force with YouTube. Try a stream schedule again, though that's probably a bad idea because of my past tendencies of dropping it. But maybe that's what I need to get my mind off this. But again, at the same time, maybe I should be focusing on it. But when I do focus on it, I just feel like down, and I feel like life, I don't know. I've kind of talked about this before with suicide and autism or whatever. I think I did that as a video. I never felt suicidal, but I have felt, and I am feeling right now, like I don't want to exist sometimes. Sometimes I feel that way, or I would just disappear and no one would notice, because I never think about like suicide or whatever, because my family would cry. You guys would probably cry too. Everyone would be sad, that people that care about me. But at the same time, like, I still can't help but feel that way, where, not that I would die, but like, I don't want to exist sometimes, especially with situations like this. Where was I even going with that topic? I don't remember. This is a whole bunch of random stuff, but yeah, I hope to find someone, in the future. Just gonna take time, and yeah, and I also do, real quick, one more thing before we go, which, probably this video should have been over sooner, but whatever, I'm a rambler, so whatevs. But I was also thinking about maybe stepping back from the dating apps, because I think it's good to be on multiple dating apps, but at the same time, maybe I should go back to focusing on just one, or like 2 or something. But I get myself out there more, and that's like the purpose of being on multiple social media platforms as well. Putting yourself out there, that's a big thing. But when it doesn't work out, and it just sucks. So maybe I should cut back. I don't know. Maybe, what do you guys think about that? Maybe I should go back to focusing on just like, Facebook, I use for, of course, posting stuff on the YouTube, so I would still use the dating thing there probably. And then Hinge is my original dating app, which I like. I think I still prefer it out of all the other ones. Maybe another dating app, but overall, maybe I should just cut back. I don't know. I'll figure it out. You guys leave me suggestions, but clearly I still need to work on stuff mentally, and yeah. You could say I'm not like right for a relationship right now, but it just feels so lonely to not have someone like that in my life. It's so lonely. I thought I found that person with Maya, and I didn't. So another thing, I keep adding another thing. I messaged her yesterday, like I said, because of the whole situation going on with my dating apps, where it's not working out, especially with that other girl that was messaging. It hasn't like messaged me back in like 3 days or whatever. I messaged her because of that, but also because I was thinking, maybe she misses me too. Maybe she's been thinking about me too. Nope. She seems happy, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Is enjoy even the right word, but I hope you found this video interesting, I guess. Yeah, like, subscribe, play some Xenoblade, and I'll catch you on next time for more. Peace, bye everyone. Try to find someone, but it's gonna be hard.